Welcome back. Are you tired of setting goals only to have them realize at such a slow, incremental pace that it's almost more frustrating setting the goals than to not set them at all? Forget about all that. Forget about goals altogether. What we're going to talk about today is going to blow your mind. It's going to shift the way that you think and relate to whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life. Okay, we're going to talk about the three most important questions, and we're going to be talking about this going forward. So I want you to click below right now, subscribe, because we're going to dive even deeper into this. Okay, so where do we start? Here's the thing. Goals come from this sort of like logical, left brain, mind place. It's a thinking place, right? But that's only half of the picture. The other half of the picture is like this right brain, creative, organic, right? And so often what we want or what we think we need in the world is coming from just half of us. So these three most important questions that we're going to talk about here are designed to integrate both sides of you, all the parts of you, and bring in your future, what's possible for you in the future, into the now. So where do we start? I want you to just sit down in a place where you can just relax. Get out a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, no lines. Maybe you get out some colored pencils or pens. And I want you to turn your paper sideways, right? So it looks like a long rectangle. And in the first, we're gonna make 3 columns. In the first column, you are gonna think about what are the experiences that you wanna have and be in 5 years or so, give or take, right? So I said the word think, but really what I want you to do is imagine and dream experiences. It could be experiences like spending 30 days overseas in a place that's untouched by technology. That's one of mine. Okay, 30 days completely immersing myself in a culture, in an environment, and an experience where I'm completely disconnected from the modern world. That's an experience. I want you to pay attention to how it feels in your body when you hear me describing this, because these 3 most important questions are about how you feel, not what your mind thinks you want, more money or whatever the thing is that we need to achieve, the more and more and more. You feel how that doesn't feel the same way. Now, those things in and of themselves are not wrong. It's just a noticing, what do you feel as you're creating this list of experiences? Now, I want you to sort of suspend judgment of what's possible, okay? We're going to talk a little more about that in a minute, okay? The second column is called the growth column, and growth is all about how do you want to grow as an individual? How do you want to grow in your world, in your life? And also, how do you want to grow to create those experiences? All right? So for me, that might be, for this one experience or this one example of living in another culture, that might look like I need to grow by learning about different cultures and environments, checking on safety guidelines, reading travel books, right? Connecting to travel agents. It might mean talking to other folks and getting online and joining a forum of people who have traveled to this particular place. That will inform and also move me closer to that experience that I want to have in 5 years, okay? So growth is both about just growth in general. How do I want to grow in my life? How do I want to evolve? And also, how do I want to grow to create these experiences? All right, again, suspending what's possible. Now that you've spent time in column A of experiences, column B in growth, I want you to take a break, take a breath, get up, walk around, or even come back tomorrow to the third column, which is the contribution column. This is really about for the sake of what? What do you really want? What really wants to come through you? What is your real purpose that wants to be lived? For me, and for this example, that might mean bringing my work, bringing the evolution of consciousness to Indigenous people. Maybe it might mean that. It might mean contributing in a different way. It could be cleaning up the beaches and that location. It could mean anything that comes through, not from my thinking brain, from this other place of the work that wants to be done through me. Now, I know this might sound a little bit like a stretch for you, might sound a little woo-woo, and I really want you to play with this, okay? Remember to dream, to just imagine, to just breathe through this exercise and through this experience, okay? These 3 most important questions are designed to align you with your highest self, with the part of you that exists beyond your thinking mind and also beyond your sort of right brain creative mind, and connect the 2 of those together to what's beyond that, your highest consciousness possible. Now, are you ready for a little bit of a level up for this? So once you've completed this list, you spent a little bit of time away from it, I want to challenge you to come back to it and look at it and see where you can stretch a little bit or a lot. The CEO of Google says that 50% of our goals there should be a 50% chance that we will fail. So I want you to go back and look at each one of these. We're calling them most important questions. He says goals. They're similar, but they have a different feeling. Remember, they have a different feeling. 50% should have a risk of failure. So I want you to go back through, and whatever you've put down, if you said I want to take a 1-week vacation, maybe it's a 2-week or a 3-week vacation, okay? Level it up. This is about stretching. Where you stretch and get uncomfortable is where you grow. So that's my challenge to you. Okay, we're going to talk more about this next week, but I'm really looking forward to hearing back from you how this goes. So be sure to comment below, and I'll see you back here next week. Take care.